Welcome, welcome, patrons. Happy June. Today I've got a short practice for you today with a focus on strength and suppleness in the hips. And I know that we have worked on sequences working on strength and suppleness in that area of the body before, but we always learn something new and do something a little bit different each time, right? Never the same body from day to day, never the same practice twice. And also, like with all our practices, we don't just do it once and cross it off the list, but we come in and repeat with a fresh mind and a fresh take on things. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the supports, the props that I have today are a couple blocks and two bolsters if you have them. Of course, one bolster is totally fine, or you can always make do with similar objects, furniture that you have around the house, and a blanket or two is good as well. So we're going to start with a fairly passive pose. This pose is called Akunchanasana, and you'll want to take one bolster, have your sticky mat or just a nice soft-ish but flat surface cleared, and we're going to be face down for this pose. So you'll take your bolster on your right side. We're going to lie face down, and then you're going to take your right leg out 90 degrees from your body. So the outer hip should be in line with the outer knee. The leg forms a right angle, and from the knee to the ankle to the foot is on the bolster. And then from here, you're going to be face down, and you're going to turn face down away from that leg. And then you can turn your head to the left and let yourself just sink in. So this back leg is, or the straight leg rather, that extended left leg is just passive. And then see if you can just relax around your sacrum, your buttocks. This is a gentle, passive hip opener. Now, as I usually do in my recordings, we're just going to be here for maybe, a minute or two. But obviously in your own time, you can stay here for as long as feels good to you. Now, sometimes people get a little pain in their left hip there from lying on the left hip. So if that happens to you, you can always take a blanket and just fold it up lengthwise or in a way that works for you and put that underneath that left hip. And again, you want though all the way from, you want this 90-degree angle from the outer hip to the outer knee to the ankle, all of that in alignment. And then if comfortable, turn your head to the left. If that doesn't work for you, you can turn your head to the right. And go for smooth, soft breaths in and out the nose. See if you can just relax your abdomen and ease and soften into this. This is a passive pose. You can observe the sensations in your body, observe the quality of your breath. Look for areas where you're holding tension and hanging on. And can you release there? You can work with the exhale to help release. All right, so of course, you're welcome to stay for as long as serves you in interest of keeping our recording going here and not totally boring you. I'm going to go ahead and change to the other side. So now we're going to take that left leg out to the side on the bolster. I am taking a blanket for my right hip. I'm just going to show what that looks like. That blanket is just lengthwise for my right hip to give a little padding there. And then keep that left leg at a 90-degree angle. So left knee coming out from that left hip, and then we're turning away from that leg. And again, if it's comfortable for you, for your neck, you can turn your head to the right now, so you're turning away from your leg. Otherwise, of course, you can turn the head the other way. I'm going to actually nudge my bolster down a wee there, so my foot's supported as well. So again, we're going for that 90-degree bend of the leg. This is a gentle, passive hip opener. It's called Akunchanasana, and we'll be here for a couple minutes. See if you can just let yourself settle in, soften your abdomen. Relax across your face. Let go of the hamstrings, the glutes, especially that right leg. Don't be gripping the glutes. And can you just watch that touch, that ebb and flow of the breath? Look for the areas where you're holding tension, holding on. Maybe the belly, maybe the jaw, across the face, the forehead, between the eyebrows. And can you soften there? Sometimes the exhale can help us to let go. A little bit longer here. All right, and then to come out, you can roll over to that straight leg side to come out. And we'll do a seated pose or two here, again, continuing to build now upon the work with our hips and our lower body. So, one thing about working the hips, keeping those hips strong and supple, is this is going to benefit not only our hips, but also our knees, because the knees are the joint below the hips, right? And then also your spine as well, and your ability to walk normally. So all important things. All right, so let's sit with the legs wide in a pose called Upavishta Konasana. Have the center of your heels down and work to get more and more of the backs of your legs to touch the floor. So most of us have a little light gap behind the knees. See if you can keep your heels heavy and reach the backs of those knees and the thighs to the floor. So you get more and more of that surface area, the back of the leg to come to the floor. All right, and we'll do a little movement here. So we're going to reach that right arm out, sweep the left arm over, turn your waist up to the ceiling any amount. So it's a lateral extension, keeping those legs wide in Upavishta Konasana. So getting a little movement here. You can inhale to bring the arm up, exhale to extend that arm overhead any amount. Watch how I keep that arm straight. And I'm thinking about extending all the way from that outer hip up the side seam of the body to the fingertips. See if you can coordinate the movement with the breath. And of course, you can go faster or slower than me per the needs of your body. All right, and then let's come back to an even sitting position. Now let's hold on to the right inner knee. Slightly lean forward, sweep that leg in, hold underneath the ankle to bring that leg in, and then even slightly lean forward here. So you can soften that inner groin of the bent knee. And then we'll sweep that leg out. And repeating on the left, hold on to the inner knee, hold underneath the ankle, slightly lean forward, lengthen from the bent leg, inner groin to inner knee. We're working to get the thigh down. It's not about getting the knee down, it's getting that movement from the thigh. And then sweep that leg out. And then we'll change sides. Let's bring that right leg in and sweep it out. Don't forget to breathe. We're going for smooth, soft breaths in and out the nose. And take it out. All right, let's go ahead and bring the right leg in and then the left leg in. So we're sitting in a pose called Swastikasana. If your knees are up here, you can always take a blanket to sit on. So sit on a little height. And then let's take the left arm up. Inhale, exhale, hook that left arm over the right leg and then turn from left to right. Use the exhale to turn. And release. Take the right arm up, inhale, exhale, hook that right arm over the left leg, and then turn from right to left. Use the exhale to give yourself the freedom to turn. And come on out. Okay, we'll change the cross of the legs now. So if your right leg was crossed on the inside, now you'll open out the legs and take the other leg, the left leg on the inside, or change sides for you. Now, if this hooking over twist doesn't work for your body, your back, you can stay upright and turn just like this, keeping a nice tall spine. Inhale to extend upward, exhale to turn. All right, let's take that left arm up. Inhale, exhale, hook the arm on the outside of the right knee. And then on the exhale, you're going to turn from left to right. Think about wringing your abdomen out. Empty the abdomen, wring your abdomen as you turn right to left. Sorry, left to right. And then come on up. Raise the right arm up. Inhale, exhale, hook that arm over the left knee. And then inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, turn from right to left. As you exhale, wring the abdomen out and turn. All right, exhale, come on up, come on out. Let's straighten those legs out. Okay, we're going to do just a couple of standing poses and then mostly work on the floor today. So let's come on up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Even standing, stand with your feet together, reach your arms down, draw your shoulder blades down your back, and think about taking the outer hips in. So you're cinching the outer hips in. Another helpful action here is if you think about drawing up from the inner knee to the inner groin. So lift up from the inner knee to the inner groin, and then watch what's that ripple out effect on the rest of the body. Okay, if it doesn't work for you to have your feet completely together, like if you have a hip issue or issues with balance, challenges with balance, you can stand with your feet hip width apart. Just make sure we're going for a nice parallel tracking here of the legs. All right, now we're going to work a little bit with balance. So if you need to have your back to a wall or one hand at the wall, totally, absolutely fine. We're taking tree pose first. So let's stand with the hands on the hips, and then let's just lift that right leg up, trying to keep the eyes forward, chest up. Can you feel the contact of the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and the heel? Let the carpet of the foot spread on the floor. And take that right leg down without sinking or shrinking. Take your left leg up. And again, can you feel the contact of the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and the heel evenly pressing into the floor? Lift the chest. Okay, now let's take the right leg up. You're going to take that right foot either on the left calf or on the inner upper left thigh. Again, hand at the wall or back to the wall for balance, totally fine. Fold your palms at your chest, shoulder blades down, chest up. Keep your standing leg straight, carpet, sole of the standing leg foot spread, and then press your right outer foot, pinky side of the foot, more than the inner foot. Hip bones forward, right inner knee back. See if you can stay for a few breath cycles, going for smooth, soft breath in and out the nose. And then without sinking or shrinking, take your right leg down, be in Tadasana, reach your arms down, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Take the left leg up, either to the right calf or the inner upper right thigh. Fold your palms. Press the left outer foot, so the pinky side of the foot more than the inner foot. Hips forward, left inner knee back. Draw up on that standing leg kneecap. Unfurl the toes, relax your jaw. And can you stay for a few breath cycles here? Okay, go ahead and release that leg, Tadasana. All right, now we're going to add on to this. So let's come back to your variation of tree pose. The foot can be on the thigh or the calf. Now you're going to release that right leg, bend the standing leg, give a good bend to that standing leg, swing that right thigh over the left thigh. If you can, hook the toes. If that doesn't work for you today, that's fine. And then Garudasana, eagle pose, will add the arms. The leg that's on top, that arm goes on the bottom. So if your right leg is on top, the right arm is on the bottom, press your palms, extend your fingertips up to the ceiling and draw the shoulders down. Don't let your arms rest on your chest. You want your arms parallel to the floor. All right, don't forget to breathe. Let's take that right leg back to Vrikshasana, hips forward, right knee back, chest up. And then without sinking or shrinking, take your right leg down, stand in Tadasana, even standing mountain pose. Okay, let's take the left leg up, Vrikshasana, tree pose, hip bones forward, left inner knee back. Press the pinky side of the foot into the thigh or the calf. And then release that bent leg, bend your standing leg, swing the left thigh over the right thigh, hook the toes if possible, chest up, spine straight. And then the leg that's on top, that arm goes on the bottom. Smooth, soft breaths. Spin the thighs from inside out. Do you feel your outer hips activate when you do that? Okay, see if you can release back through Vrikshasana. Press the outer foot more than the inner foot. And Tadasana. Reach the arms down, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Okay, you can repeat that one or two more times if you like. Repetition is always helpful. We're going to go ahead and make our way back down to the floor though now. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your empty sticky mat, your blank sticky mat. Or you can put a thin blanket under your head if you want. And then make sure you have room out to your right side. So we're going to do a little outer hip strengthening now. So lie down, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and then take your arms out to the side. Let's turn the palms down. Now extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Keep your left leg bent. You'll probably feel your navel slightly draw to the spine, your lower back spread out on the floor. That's totally fine. And then take your right leg all the way to the right at hip level until your outer foot touches the floor, even if the left buttock comes way up in the air. All right, now inhale, exhale, keep your right leg straight. Hold your right leg 8 inches off the floor. And we're going to breathe and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and repeat. Inhale, exhale, lift that leg. Think about drawing the outer thigh into the outer hip. You'll feel this in the outer hip. 3, 2, 1. And then release. And then again, lift that leg and hold it. Straight leg. Draw the outer thigh to the outer hip. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. And then with a straight leg, exhale. On the inhale, draw the outer thigh to the outer hip. Bring that right leg all the way up to 90 degrees. Bend the knee, put your feet down, and then we'll change sides. So I'm going to swivel around to the other side so I have room to extend my leg. If you are already in a spot where you've got plenty of room to the right and left side of you, you do not need to do that. We'll start again with knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Now here you can give a little press into your heels, activate your hamstrings and glutes. Watch how your navel comes to your spine, and you'll spread that low back a little bit. And then just kind of soften that without overarching your low back. Now let's take that left leg up, grip the quadricep muscle to the bone. So hug the muscle to the bone, relax your toes, arms out to the side. And then we'll take that left leg all the way out to the left, keeping a straight leg until the outer foot comes to the floor. Even if that opposite buttock comes way up, it's okay. Elongate the straight leg, inner groin to inner heel. So make that inseam of the leg longer. And then inhale, exhale, lift and hold that left leg 8 inches off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And then lift and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more time, lift and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep a straight leg and release. And then exhale on the inhale with a straight leg. Bring that leg all the way up. Again, grip the knee, hug the muscle to the bone. And then let's bring that leg down. All right, good. And then let's just press into the heels. Lift those hips up a little bit. Draw the hamstrings to the glutes. Grip at the base of the buttocks. Lower down, keeping your low back nice and long. All right, little release now for the outer hips. So let's take that right ankle and put it on the left quadricep. There goes my friend Molly there. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw that left thigh in. Now you're keeping the right foot flex, and you're you want the ankle on the thigh there, not the ankle crossed way over here. So the ankle on the left thigh. And then as you're able, you're going to inhale, exhale, draw that left leg thigh in, move the right thigh away from you. To intensify this, you're going to take the legs a little bit over to the left. You'll probably really feel this in your outer hip. Okay, now if this is your limit, if if you're working with hips and knees that are a little stiffer, any kind of knee pain, you'll just stay here. Now don't push through knee pain though. If you feel knee pain, back up, stop what you're doing. Don't ever push through knee pain. But if this is kind of your limit today with your hips, just stay here, all good. If you feel like you have space for a little more, like the more experienced practitioners, you can take this right leg out to the side, and then holding underneath the ankle, take that right ankle on the root of the left thigh. And then this is kind of a fun little action here. So I'm extending from the quadricep to the knee, and I'm reaching that thigh down to the floor, and I come up. So it's not just side to side. I'm actually reaching from the inner groin to the inner knee down. So again, if you have a knee injury, this probably is not for you. I'm actually protecting my left knee right now, so this probably isn't going to work on my left leg, but I can show you with my right leg. So a little opening here like this, and this can feel really nice. This is really good preparation for Padmasana, lotus pose. Those of you that can just whip your legs into lotus pose, this is the time when you might be able to do that and extend those legs down for Matsyasana. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it today. All right, carefully release that leg. Let's straighten that right leg out. And then take the left ankle, put that left ankle on the right quadricep, kind of where the quadricep meets the knee, and then draw that right leg in. Move that left leg away. Again, to intensify this, you can take those legs a little bit over to the right. I'm feeling this in that outer hip. Those outer hips get tight, especially for active folks. Maybe if you sit or stand a lot too, these outer hips get tight, holding us up. Or if we're sitting a lot, it can get stiff. All right, and then again, if you want to repeat that kind of half Padmasana action on the other side, you can do that. I'm going to skip that one. I'm actually sitting that one out today for my body. Okay, so you can repeat those actions on the left, and then we're going to close with a really lovely pose that I have been into lately. So this one does require 2 bolsters, but if you don't have 2 bolsters, we can always improvise. So what you could do instead is maybe use 1 bolster and then maybe put a couple blocks and stack some blankets on top of those blocks, right? Or you could roll up some blankets. So we can always find a way, right? And then I'm just going to throw this blanket over the bolster because that bolster is very dark and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So notice the bolsters are end to end, and then you'll sit on the first bolster. You're going to lie back, and then you're going to cross your shins, just like how we sit. Those who take classes with me, we start usually sitting cross-legged in swastikasana. So we're crossing the center shins. It's a simple cross-legged sitting position. They would call it crisscross applesauce in kindergarten. And then you're going to cross those legs and then let the ankles and feet drape on the outside of the bolster. Adjust your arms. So you take those arms down, shoulders down, and let yourself just sink in here. Should feel, hopefully this feels soothing to your belly, soothing to the chest and shoulders. It's a gentle chest opener. Kind of feels like being on a cloud to me. You want to stay here for at least a couple minutes, going with smooth, soft breath in out the nose. Keep the belly passive. You can let your chest just gently expand with the inhale. And then after a couple minutes, of course, you're welcome to stay longer. You'll just simply change the cross of the legs with minimal disturbance. And let yourself settle in. So you may find that you need to adjust your arms. We don't want the shoulder heads popping up this way. If you can even adjust your own shoulder blades and reach underneath and grab your tip of your shoulder blade and hook it under. Of course, then you have to do it to the other arm. That's the tricky part. But we want to get those shoulder blades onto the back, heads of the shoulders releasing down. Find a comfortable resting spot for your arms. You can even close your eyes here. Look for the areas of tension in your body. Can you release? Of course, you're welcome to stay as long as you like. If you feel like you would like to add in another Shavasana or other, this practice may inspire you to do other related poses. I was keeping it to a short practice today on purpose because I do like to offer you these short practices so that you don't feel like you always have to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours to do a yoga practice. But, one thing leads to the next. So you may do this and then get inspired to do related poses. And I hope this served you well today. Feel free to write in if you ever have questions, comments, requests. Thank you for your support. I hope you're doing well out there, and always feel free to say hi to me, and thanks for being a patron.